Do you want an amazing marriage? Are you ready to take your marriage to the next level? Then stick around for Your Marriage Matters podcast with marriage coach Lynn. Let's put some fun and sizzle into your relationship.
Hi everyone, let's get this party started. I hope you've brought high expectations and high standards because your marriage is worth it. For many years, I've offered my services one-on-one and to small groups. I've read hundreds of books, attended training, and have had thousands of conversations on marriage. The timing is perfect for a revolutionary podcast that supports and upholds lifelong happy marriage. I'm committed to bringing you a show with high content and lots of benefits. I know what makes marriages fail and why marriages succeed. I can show you how. It's within your grasp. It's not rocket science. Every Monday, 15 minutes, plus 1 or 2 longer episodes each month, uploaded on Thursdays. If I'm not meeting your expectations, let me know. If you have show ideas, let me know. Lynn at marriagecoachlynn.com. Your Marriage Matters podcast stands out from the rest. Over the course of the next year, you will receive the equivalent of thousands of dollars of free secrets, pointers, techniques, and things that work, things that will boost your marriage to a higher level, and for some of you, maybe even save your marriage. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in, all for free, and just an investment of 15 minutes each week? After this show, make sure to subscribe so that you won't miss anything. As the host, I want you to have a happier, more satisfying marriage, especially if you listen for the next year. I don't want to take too much time talking about myself. Instead, go to marriagecoachlynn.com or my LinkedIn profile or my author profile on Amazon.com. I want to talk about what's in it for you. Each episode can be listened to individually, of course, but I've designed a few series that will make more sense when you listen to them in order. For example, we're not going to start the first episode talking about sex. Instead, we will build up to it. We need a little foreplay here. There will be 7 or 8 shows on the Sound Relationship House, then 4 shows on communication, followed by a series on the dangers of pornography, and then a series on sex. I will be integrating previous episodes into the current topic. Please leave a customer review or feedback to help me make this show better. Your comments also help others decide if they are interested. Visit Facebook page Marriage Coach Lynn, and let's make this fun and interactive. I said earlier that this podcast is like no other. We will be honest and probe deeply into difficult topics that are not usually talked about. We are not going to leave important matters uncovered. You might discover what you've been avoiding or ignoring. Sometimes the process is painful to go from a place of comfort to a deeper, more meaningful union. We have to dig up and root out what is beneath the surface. If you find a show challenging, you can turn it off, or you can set your emotions aside for a moment and try to listen through your discomfort. This is completely and 100% private for you as a listener. I know growing pains can be difficult. I get it. I might not like to hear something spoken by a good friend, but when I go home later in the evening and think about it in the privacy of my inner world, that protected sanctuary, I'm grateful for the growing pains I experience. Maybe the same is true for you. This program is for you, so listen with the thought that you are working on you. This is not about gaining information to bring to your spouse and how you can remake him or her. The time you spend trying to fix someone else takes time away from you developing wisdom and maturity. Your business in life is to love, not to demand being loved. Listen to the entire episode each week because at the end, I'll leave you with a question to ponder. I will also insert what I call a mini marriage boost. These are quick little ideas. Here's one. It's called Put Down the Phone. Make a rule that at the dinner table there will be no electronics, no cell phones, no iPads, no screens, but more conversation. What are your ideas for a mini marriage boost? Give it a try. And now for your question to ponder. What one concern do you have in your marriage right now that, if improved, would bring a little more sunshine into your relationship? Think about it. What's one thing that would make you happier? Here's the key. Come up with something that is achievable. If your answer is to make $20,000 more per year to get a grip on your finances, that's too daunting. But if something if it's something like making a request that family members not use cell phones at the dinner table for the next night, boom, that's doable. You can work with that. We are happiest when we have the power to make little changes as opposed to bigger, lofty goals that take more time and effort. Remember, a mediocre marriage is not a happy marriage. I'm sure you've heard that 40% of marriages will end in divorce, 60% of second marriages, and 70% of third marriages end in divorce. Yikes. Stick with me and do not become a statistic. Of those who stay together, it's estimated that less than 50% are happy with their marriage. Here at Your Marriage Matters, we want no marriage left behind. We want to do away with such things as middle-aged malaise or contempt or resentment. We want to bring more sexual intimacy and affectionate friendship into our marriage. Tremendous turnarounds can be made. Stick with this podcast, and my promise to you is that there will be more sunshine and rays of light shining through. We are going to get rid of some of the darkness and transform from places that might be a little closed off right now to more open. We want to get to a more open, peaceful place. On this show, we are going to admit some of our disappointments, and I'll share some of my personal struggles and stories along the way too. This might get a little personal at times. I'm not going to sit on some high horse and spew out advice. No, this is a team effort, and we gain a lot by sharing. Speaking of team effort, do you consider your marriage as a team? Teams work through things together. They hold tight when the going gets tough. They dig in and do whatever it takes to save the marriage. They have patience. They turn to prayer and each other, and sometimes away from the world and other people's opinions. They cry and laugh together. If they are defeated, they get up, brush themselves off, and get back to work with more coaching and training. Team members celebrate victories together. Do you know how beautiful it is to witness a marriage that had major problems and has had an amazing turnaround? It's one of the happiest things you could witness. I will share some inspirational stories of reconciliation over the course of the year, stories that will truly inspire you. What I've designed on this podcast is conversation that is appropriate for all levels of the spectrum. It doesn't matter if you have an awesome marriage or a union in which you feel heartbroken. It is my hope that this podcast will bring you joy and abundance, whether you're newlyweds or celebrating your 40th anniversary. I've talked about a lot of things today and want to sincerely thank you for listening. Next time, on the official debut, February 26th, I will begin a powerful series called The Sound Relationship House. Very pivotal information in creating a satisfying marriage. Please tell others about this series. As we wind down, I want to let you know about the Your Marriage Matters movement. If you value a monogamous, long-lasting, happy marriage, sign up on marriagecoachlynn.com. When my book is done, you will get a copy. It's called Make Your Marriage Great, Clean of Heart. I'll give you a big secret right now. Ready? One of the key secrets to having a happy marriage is becoming, quote, clean of heart, end quote. I can't wait to dive into this topic. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, make your marriage great.